After staying in a prison for more than a month, Richard Chimwendo today has been released on bail. He is now a free man. He can go back to his family and make some other important things that he used to do when he was a free man. Richard Chimwendo is being accused of a crime of murder, but Richard Chimwendo has been denying this case. The police was keeping Richard Chimwendo without bringing enough evidence that is very important according to the law of Malawi, because nobody can be detained in prison more than 48 hours without being charged. But Richard Chimwendo has stayed in prison for more than 48 hours. He has stayed in prison for a month. He missed Christmas as well as New Year because he was in incarceration. But right now, the court has made it clear by saying that Richard Chimwendo should be released as soon as possible. It means it is an order that he must be released immediately. This is so because there is not enough evidence to keep Richard Chimwendo in prison by saying that if he is released, he can be doing anything else he can to tamper with the evidence so that his case can be very weak to charge him with. But this has never given satisfaction to the High Court judges because they have every reason to make sure that Richard Chimwendo should be released immediately. In Malawi, we are seeing a lot of things happening right now after the change of government. Democratic Progressive Party, which is a political party which was in the opposition, is the one which has won election. And Richard Chimwendo was in the government before the current government. He was a very important person in the previous government because not only being a Secretary General of the political party of Malawi Congress Party, but he was also the minister as well as a very close person to the president of Malawi, which means he is not an ordinary person, but because his time of being in the government is over now, he is facing drama because that's what politics in Africa is all about. Whenever you are outside the government, if you did not do your things very well by taking the law in your own hands in your previous administration of the country, any government that is appointed as the new government will always make sure that there is a follow-up of any tendency of misbehavior and misconduct, which can lead to you being arrested to answer charges, more especially whenever you were too vocal. The government that has been selected to rule the country can always do anything it can to make sure that there is a case against a vocal person who did show some kind of mistreatment and doing certain things that did not go well with other people who were in opposition when you were ruling the government. But this is not supposed to be a situation like in Africa, more especially in Malawi, because we are like going backwards instead of going forward because of coming up with Trump the charges because we would like just to tease someone. Richard Chimwendo is being looked at as a person who is receiving mistreatment, and this is injustice to the country of Malawi because many people think like the case that he is being accused of is just a certain case which is not real and it is not a case that is going to go anywhere else. It's just showing someone to be like a person who is in the long, but when in truth he's not. Richard Chimwendo is fighting the case by making sure that the truth of the matter is known. But the government, on the other hand, is doing everything it can to make sure that this change This case must be real and it must be a valid case. So they are trying to organize the witnesses to make sure that this is the serious case which has been brought before the court so that the court can determine what is supposed to be done as far as the accusations against Richard Banda are concerned. Because Richard Banda, Chimwendo Banda is being accused of attempting to murder someone, and the person he wanted to murder brought this case to police, and the police arrested Richard Chimwendo Banda because they believe like this is substantial issue and it poses a serious security reasons in the country, in the sense that if someone is about to kill someone, it is very important to make sure that there is evidence enough to arrest that particular person. So it seems like the court, the state, rather has got enough evidence to make sure that Richard Chimwendo Banda has got the case to answer before the court. So the good news to Richard Chimwendo and his family, as well as the Malawi Congress Party, is that he is now released on bail. Therefore, what it means that he can do all things that he was not able to do because he was in prison. It is very, very difficult to know that Richard Chimwendo Banda is passing through what is ever he is passing through, but we know that everybody else has got liberty to make sure that his side of the story is heard and therefore there are rights for every particular person. So we're waiting to see what the court will do about this case. Thank you. Bye bye.